GhostLocker. This is GhostLock, a critical Linux kernel flaw that sat quietly for years before anyone noticed. Let's walk through how a single mistake in the kernel's locking code can hand an ordinary user complete control of the machine. GhostLock is a use-after-free bug buried deep in the Linux kernel. For a long time it stayed dormant, the code looked fine, and nobody realized that under the right conditions it lets a normal, unprivileged program reach into memory it should never touch. And because it lives in the kernel itself, it threatens the isolation that containers depend on, so one compromised container can start reaching past its own walls. The root cause is in the kernel's real-time mutex code, the part that decides which thread holds a lock. When a thread stops waiting for a lock, the kernel runs a cleanup routine to take it out of the queue. The bug is that this routine clears the wrong pointers, it wipes out the bookkeeping for the current thread by mistake. That leaves behind a reference to memory that has already been freed, a dangling pointer, or as the name suggests, a ghost pointer. Here's how an attacker turns that ghost pointer into a weapon. Once memory is freed but still pointed to, they rush to fill that same slot with data they control, a technique called heap spraying. Now the kernel thinks it's reading its own trusted structures, but it's really reading the attacker's data. By shaping that data carefully, they can redirect what the kernel does next and hijack its flow of execution. What makes GhostLock so dangerous is that it's reliable. The exploit works again and again, not just once in a while. A successful run escalates an unprivileged user straight to root, the highest level of access on the system. And because the flaw breaks kernel-level isolation, the blast radius isn't one program, it can reach across containers and compromise the entire host. The fix is simple, but it isn't optional. Update the kernel to the patched release, version 7.1 or higher, as soon as you can. The corrected locking code closes the hole. Then reboot the machine so volatile memory is cleared and no lingering bad state survives. Patch, reboot, and confirm your isolation is back to normal. With a bug this reliable, there's no safe reason to wait. The whole story of GhostLock fits in one line: the single misplaced pointer in the kernel's locking code was enough to give away the entire machine. Patch to 7.1, reboot, and move on, a small change that closes a very big door. Sensible processes and clear logic speak for themselves. If you want more content built on these principles, subscribing and liking the video is the most direct way to support us. Thank you, and see you next time.